I'm joined here today by Geoff Neal, set to fight Bilal Muhammad this weekend at UFC Brooklyn. Geoff, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Where am I catching you right now?
At the hotel.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any fight week stuff you have to do, like the signing posters and everything?
I already knocked that out.
Oh, yeah. Do you enjoy doing that?
The posters? Hell no.
Yeah.
It's like, gotta sign like 100 and something of them back to back.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't have to worry about your opponent signing them at the same time, right?
Nah, I got in early. I was the first one in there.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Because we know sometimes we've seen them, they're signing it at the same time, so I can't imagine that's even more fun on top of it.
Right. That is a good talk. It was my first fight that happened.
Yeah, what is it? Are you guys just trying to avoid eye contact, or, I mean, how does that happen?
Yeah, this is weird. You just got to deal with it. Make an awkward conversation.
Oh, yeah, and you got to talk to him, too. I couldn't do that. I mean, obviously I'm not a fighter, but, man, I couldn't do it. It'd be too tense for me.
Yeah.
So, like I mentioned, you're going to be fighting here in Brooklyn. You're going to be starring on the first ESPN card as well. What are your thoughts on fighting on ESPN, for the first show?
I mean, it's pretty cool. Honestly, I'm just happy to get a fight. I could be fighting on Nickelodeon. I really don't care.
For sure, man. So, and luckily you're not fighting on Nickelodeon. I mean, you're going to be fighting
Right.
Bilal Muhammad, someone that I know everybody's excited for this fight. I know even me, as soon as I saw it, I was very excited for it. What are your thoughts on him, as you head into this fight?
He's a tough dude. He's pretty much he's good everywhere, and he has great cardio. He wins most of his fights by decision. That's just because he outworks his opponents, and it should be an interesting fight, especially if he pushes forward. It's one of those fights that most likely will get fighted tonight.
Man, I'm hearing that a lot. It seems like a lot of journalists agree with that, myself as well. We're sort of looking at the matchup. I'm sure you've looked at it as well. How do you think you two match up?
We match up well. It's just a matter of how well he can take a punch and how well I can deal with his pressure.
And so we know earlier you were supposed to fight Luke Jumo. I know it was a little bit of a smaller fight. Now you've got this step up. But what did you think of the whole opponent change? I
actually liked it. Like, fighting Luke Jumo was a good fight, But fighting Bilal, I feel like I have way more to gain than fighting Luke Jumo. So it's real. I was actually happy when they told me about this fight change.
And so what sort of happened there? The UFC contact you and then your manager kind of scrambled to get you another fight? I mean, what sort of happened there?
They contacted my manager. He gets all the back and forth stuff from there. So they let him know. He told me that that fight was off and that they were looking for something else. And then, the next day, they called me about Bilal Muhammad.
Oh, yeah, man. So you're currently on a 4-fight winning streak. I know each one is getting more impressive than the last. What do you think's been going right for you on this streak?
My focus mainly, before the loss I had right before I started my streak, I just wasn't really focused. It's just like I was just lackadaisical, just going through the motions, I didn't take the opponent that I was fighting seriously, Kevin Hall, and he actually made it to the UFC too. But now I'm just that loss made me more focused, and I'm paying attention to the small details of my game instead of just going with the flow.
And we know in that last fight, you had that insane KO in Texas. I'm sure when you got on social media, everything was crazy. What was what did you think of the reaction to your knockout?
Well, the reaction, it was my reaction, or
your reaction as well as seeing everybody else's reaction too.
It was pretty cool, and it was really cool to do it in Texas, in Dallas, where I live. All my friends, coworkers, everybody seeing it. But I don't know. It started getting annoying after a while because my social media did blow up, and it was hard for me to even talk to people because I had my followers jumped up 5,000 in just one day, so it was pretty overwhelming.
For sure, man. So you are training at Fortis. We know it's one of those camps that people are paying attention now. You guys have a lot of big stuff going on. What do you think's sort of been successful with this camp? Why are you guys, sort of blowing up this year?
Just because we all have the same mindset and we move as a unit. You know what I mean? No, there's not one person that's above the other person. We all help each other. Even the guys that aren't fighting, they're in the gym helping out the training partners. So we're a team. It's hard to find that around here. Around MMA in general, everybody, because it's an individual sport. So when it comes to training, everybody acts as such they're an individual, but it's not. It's a team where we're at.
And one of the people I saw was involved in your gym was, former NBA player Darren Williams. What's sort of his involvement in the gym? What sort of a role does he play?
I know he owns some part of the gym. He's just there. He comes, he trains with us every now and then when he's not having fun on his vacations and stuff. But he's just there. He's a cool dude, good person. He's a friend.
For sure, man. So 2018, it was a big year for you. Of course, the big knockout in Texas. You only had 2 fights. I mean, how do you sort of look back on that year?
I just look at it. I grew a lot that year, honestly. You know what I mean? For the first time, like, I felt comfortable in the cage. Like, my last fight, even though I was fighting in Dallas on TV in front of, like, friends and family, I really didn't feel absolutely no pressure at all. I was just in there, and I felt at home.
And so one of the things that people have sort of started realizing the more they find out about you is you do also work another job. You're working as a waiter at Moxie's, I believe. Are you still working currently as a waiter?
Yeah, I still am. And honestly, I said it to somebody before, I probably won't stop working a day job until I have like $1 million in my bank account. You know what I mean? I just got to work. You know, I'll probably take more time off, like whenever I'm getting ready for a fight, but I'll always work.
So what's your reason for working? I mean, is it just about making more money, keeping it steady? I mean, what's sort of your reason for continuing, juggle these 2 careers?
Just making more money, and I don't like I tell people, UFC is like, being in UFC is cool, but it's not a for sure thing. You know what I mean? I can get hurt. You know what I mean? I can get cut. Like, just anything can happen, and I'm not getting paid that much money to where I can just be like, fuck it, I don't want to work no more.
Yeah. And so is it tough for you juggling these 2 jobs? I mean, I can't imagine, with training and working as well, you have too much time off. I mean, is it tough for you? Just used to it by now?
I'm used to it by now. I've been doing it for damn near 10 years. It's just another day.
And so we know 2019 is upon us. You're going to start off the year with a big fight. I'm sure you have a lot of goals in your mind. What are sort of goals for this upcoming year?
Upcoming year, break the top 15.
For sure, man. All right, so I just have one more for you. This fight with Bilal Muhammad. I know we're all excited about it. How do you see this fight playing out come Saturday?
It's either, like all my fights, it's either going to be over in the first round or it's going to be a 3-round war.